Like, this game's just amazing, honestly.
Boy, mate. It's been way too fucking long. You gotta make a new video now.
Look, I'll get to it soon. Let me just play.
No, don't even say that, mate. It's been 5 months. 5 months since your last video. Make a new fucking video now, mate. It's been way too long. Like, way too long.
Okay. So what do you want me to work on?
I don't know, mate. Make a fucking video about fucking Project Plus Luigi or whatever. I don't really care.
Hey, it's Super Mario Land on the 3DS. Super Mario Land began development for the Game Boy under Nintendo R&D1 rather than Nintendo EAD, and was produced and directed by Gunpei Yokoi, creator of the Game & Watch series in the 80s, and Satoru Okada, who helped design the Game Boy. Due to the lack of innovation from the original Nintendo EAD team, the team had to come up with their own ideas and designs for the game, which is one of the reasons for why the game isn't easily comparable to the other Mario games. I mean, don't get me wrong, it still follows the basic formula of a Mario side-scroller, but due to, again, a totally different team working on the game itself is much more of its own distinct taste, somewhat incomparable to the console games, but still holds a lot of charm to it. The game was bundled as a launch title among 4 other games, and due to the huge success of the console and the game itself, Super Mario Land would go on to sell more than 18 million copies and become the best-selling Game Boy games around that time, along with Tetris. The game, at its core, is most like any other Mario game at the time. You venture upon vast worlds to go save a damsel in distress from an evil creature. Albeit the story is kind of twisted up here because instead of the usual Peach and Bowser, we have 2 new characters to replace them. Those being Princess Daisy of Sarasaland and Tatanga, the mysterious spaceman. Princess Daisy gets kidnapped by Tatanga and somehow prompts Mario to save her for some reason. By doing so old-fashioned style, Mario goes through the kingdoms of Sarasaland, defeating Tatanga's troops and bosses, and some other enemies along the way, before confronting Tatanga himself and reenacting the Battle of Ares before defeating Tatanga and saving Daisy, thus bringing peace and joy to the land once again. The game itself resembles the basics of Mario platformers, a side-scrolling platformer with a straightforward goal with various enemies, power-ups, and bosses blocking your path. However, these aren't your daily average Mario characters. These are the characters of Sarasaland and of Tatanga's troops, which brings me to the design and style of the game. You see, the game doesn't revolve around the Mushroom Kingdom. Instead, it revolves around Sarasaland and each of the 4 kingdoms: the Barabutu Kingdom, the Muda Kingdom, the Eastern Kingdom, and the Chai Kingdom. Each of these kingdoms are actually semi-based on real-life locations, such as Egypt, the Bermuda Islands, Easter Island, and China. These can also be seen through their enemies and music, which we'll get to in a second. The level design also helps showcase these, such as the submarine level in the Muda Kingdom and the bamboo forest of the Chai Kingdom. The enemies and bosses are unlike the Mushroom Kingdom foes. Your foes can range between bootleg Mario enemies, to Moai fuckers, to a Cloud. Oh, hey young cricket. Enemies here are vast and wild, which helps fit with the style of the game. After all, you're not in the Mushroom Kingdom anymore, you're in a foreign land that's probably a sister location of the Mushroom Kingdom, which fits in. Another thing pretty nice about the game is the animations and sound, and I'm honestly surprised not many bring this up. Sure, for normal standards they aren't great, but for early Game Boy standards they're pretty unique, such as how some of the enemies walk, the stomp animation on some foes, or the little boss startup animations. Hell, even the sound effects are pretty weird sounding, which I think also fits with the more otherworldly design of the game. The music in this game is a bop! It's honestly amazing how a launch title Mario game on the Game Boy from 1989 could release such amazing music. The music fits damn well with a lot of the levels, like the underground music with its ancient, eerie cave music, or the traditional Chinatown music, all converted into magnificent beeps and tings. It's truly amazing for a Game Boy game, especially for its time. Anyways, after defeating Tatanga, you are greeted with the ending of the game, where Mario and Daisy enter some type of Jetson ship before flying away. As the credit rolls in, your ears are granted to one of the greatest credit music in gaming. It fulfills the end of your adventure as you save Daisy from the evil clutches of Tatanga, and now on the journey back to where you left off. The title screen. Thus, you can now begin the hard mode of Super Mario Land, which really only adds more enemies. So yeah, that was Super Mario Land. A very short title that can be completed in around half an hour with a very basic story and average Mario gameplay, but yet oddly charming and unique for a Mario game at the time and even today. If you're wanting to pick up the title, it's currently, as of November 22nd, 2020, still up on the Nintendo 3DS eShop for a pretty low price. I'd recommend to try it out if you're up to try some of the more ancient Nintendo games, or just to pass the time, you know? As of now, I think it's about time I depart.
Oi! You forgot about the other game?
What?
Press down on the D-pad.
Oh yeah, that one. Well, time to work on another script for 7 hours or so. Hey, you! If you enjoy my content, please be willing to check out my other videos. Also, footage goes to World of Longplays. I put his video in the description and also the music. Well, peace out.